SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
You're listening to Sports Talk Mississippi On Demand, presented by Pearl River Resort. Escape to Choctaw, Mississippi and enjoy world-class gaming, the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club, and Geyser Falls Water Park. Escape to Pearl River Resort.
Sports Talk Mississippi is on the air. Sports Talk Mississippi is powered by C-Spire. Power your home or business with C-Spire Fiber. To learn more, visit supertalk.fm/C-Spire. C-Spire Fiber powers SuperTalk Mississippi. To the junction, in the Grove, and to the top. This is Sports Talk Mississippi. On your radio and in the game, right here on Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome in on this Wednesday. Michael Borkey, Brian Hadad, as always with you, Sports Talk Mississippi. So glad that you guys are with us, as you always are, wherever you are in the great state of Mississippi. I know some of you still dealing with the effects of a historic winter storm. Roads closed. By the way, if you are going to be traveling north or around North Mississippi, there are some road closures that you need to pay attention to and to avoid. Our news team has got it covered. The maps are everywhere. Check those out before you travel, because they are... even though the temperatures have risen some, there are still some closed roads and some issues up there in North Mississippi. They're working to get all of that restored, all the power back and things like that, but it's not quite done yet. So especially if you're somebody in Hadad and I's neck of the woods or south, just because, you know, your roads are clear, if you're traveling north for whatever reason, it's not going to be smooth sailing for you. So, you know, plan ahead and check ahead of time, because you don't want to get stuck. Either A, in a situation that your vehicle is not equipped to navigate, or B, you don't want to get stuck trying to travel down a road that they will not let you travel down. So I was just informed about that earlier. Wanted to bring that to your attention on this Wednesday. We got a lot of sports to get to, a lot of NFL flavor today, but with Mississippi ties. And we've got your college football fix. I've got a twist on the as the portal turns, because it's not turning anymore. So I will... get Hadad's thoughts on something I've been thinking about today, and a whole lot more with you. Glad you're with us.
We are here in the Pearl River Resort studios. PearlRiverResort.com is the place to book your next exciting weekend. And I don't really care what you call exciting. If you want to see shows, if you want to place bets, if you want to eat great food, or if you just want to relax, they can make that happen for you at Pearl River Resort. C-Spire text line open to you at 601-879-4395. Every sports fan can tell you fast speed wins games. That's why C-Spire brings you fiber home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and IT solutions that move as fast as your business. Learn more at cspire.com. C-Spire, inspired by you.
So, yesterday, we learned that...
All your troubles seem so far away.
Bill Belichick is not going to make the first ballot Hall of Fame. Most people think that he's going to get into the Hall of Fame, but he did not make it on the first ballot. Right. There's 50 voters. He needs 40 votes. He did not get those 40 votes. Now, those votes are kept private. And so you have this, all these voters coming out, I voted for Bill. I voted for Bill. Polian, who's apparently the ringleader in his not getting voted in, has come out to say, it wasn't me. Well, somebody's lying, and there is no consequence for lying because the votes are kept private. So I don't really buy a lot of the quotes you're seeing about, it wasn't me, I swear. But anyway, Bill Belichick, 6-time Super Bowl winning head coach, he holds an incredible amount of records, did not get voted in first ballot. Well, guess what? There's another layer to the NFL or Pro Football Hall of Fame voting, and we found out today that for the second time, Eli Manning will not make the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He did not receive the appropriate amount of votes for the second straight year, and he is not, right now, a Hall of Famer.
Did they announce all the players that got in?
No, so it's starting to leak out.
Let's say, because Breeze is on that list.
It's starting to leak out. So Eli,
I will legitimately riot if Breeze is not in. I will find... It'll be like General Zod there, but I will find him. I will not be a happy camper if that happens. Yeah, I've said before, I think Eli Manning, he's two-time Super Bowl champion and MVP of both Super Bowls. That's a massive statement on your resume. I don't, on top of, the numbers are good, I don't know how he doesn't get in. So he will eventually make it in. I don't think his exclusion is as egregious as Belichick's, but it is, he deserves to be in my opinion.
I mean, there's so much discourse around Eli Manning. Mm-hmm. And some of it I understand, some of it not so much. But you said it. Number one, the Hall of Fame is a museum, right?
It is.
Can you tell the story of that era of football without Eli Manning, the Giant Slayer, beating Brady twice, being an MVP? Like, you can't tell the story of that era without Eli Manning beating Brady twice in a Super Bowl and winning the MVP.
And one of those Super Bowls is it kept the Patriots from being undefeated. I mean, it's one of the most important Super Bowl wins in football history. They would have been the second ever team to finish the season undefeated had they just beaten the Giants, and they could not do it.
57,000 passing yards, 366 touchdowns in his career, two-time Super Bowl MVP.
A lot of picks. Maybe that's what people are picking on.
Yeah, but give me a break.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that's, if you said what are they looking at, that could definitely be it.
I can't wrap my mind around. I get the defense of the first ballot. It's kind of dumb to me, though, because are you a Hall of Famer or not? Is there a special category for first ballot other than in the discourse? Like, is there actually like a special room in the Hall of Fame for the first ballot guys? Well, if so, then sure, protect that if you need to. But there's not. Mm-hmm. It's just a thing that we talk about. First ballot, not first ballot.
Right.
So you already survived that last year. What are you waiting on if you're voting for this? What are you protecting?
Yeah. I don't know. And this isn't like the baseball thing where they have these guys we talked about yesterday that, like, they look back and, well, Babe Ruth didn't get 100% and Ty Cobb didn't get 100%, so nobody deserves to get 100%. Okay. I don't agree with that at all. This isn't the same thing as that. This is people voting and saying, I don't believe Eli Manning belongs in the Hall of Fame. That's what this is.
Yeah. That is what this is.
Marty says Eli's overall record is 117 and 117. I get that. I don't know that, like, win-loss for a quarterback is the best stat because he doesn't get to play defense. But
look at what the Giants are without him.
Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, again, a two-time Super Bowl winner and MVP is a massive, massive statement.
Who are the stupid idiots that vote for the Hall of Fame because Eli Manning or Breeze not getting in? Well, we don't know about Breeze yet.
Breeze will get in.
We don't know about that.
I'm just preemptively angry. Just getting myself ready just in case.
Is about the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. His Ironman streak is the most impressive feat. And, yeah, Ben McAdoo ruined that, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not like he got hurt to end the streak. An idiot coach that was trying to save his job ruined the streak.
Yeah. He will get in eventually. I can't. I'm surprised it's not already, but
So then, my question is: then what's the hang up? What's the eventually? What?
I agree with you. I don't know what the answer to that question is. I don't know.
Quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame: Troy Aikman, George Blanda, who was also a kicker, by the way.
Yeah.
Terry Bradshaw, Len Dawson, John Elway, Brett Favre. Which, okay, there goes your interceptions.
Yeah, Favre threw a lot.
That goes out the window.
Yeah.
Doesn't have two MVPs, does he, in the Super Bowl?
Not in the Super Bowl. He only won one Super Bowl.
Dan Fouts, Otto Graham, Bob Greasy, Sonny Jurgensen, Jim Kelly, never won a Super Bowl.
Never did.
In the Hall of Fame, never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, went to 4, though.
He did go to 4. God, man, imagine being a Bills fan in that era.
Imagine being a Bills fan in any era. They still haven't won one.
Bobby Lane, Peyton Manning, Dan Marino, Joe Montana, Warren Moon, Joe Namath, Kenny Stabler, Bart Starr, Roger Staubach, Fran Tarkenton, Y.A. Tittle, Johnny Unitas, Norm Van Brocklin, Kurt Warner is in the Hall of Fame.
He's got a Super Bowl.
He does. Bob Waterfield and
played in two more, if I'm correct.
And Steve Young. Those are your Hall of Fame quarterbacks right now.
I mean, I'm not going to take away from any of those guys. All of those guys are Hall of Famers, in my opinion. But Eli Manning should be as well.
How many ballots did it take for the other quarterbacks to make it? I do not know that answer. I know it's 50 right now with 40 yes votes to get in. I don't know what it was like for all of them.
We got to see who all gets in this year. That's what we need to look at.
Yeah, if it's starting to leak out, where's the rest of them?
It'll come out eventually.
Of course.
Maybe by the end of the show. We'll have.
Wouldn't that be great if we could get that?
I'll take a little free content if the NFL wants to give it to us. Sure.
You cannot tell the story of this era of professional football without talking about two-time Super Bowl winning MVP quarterback Eli Manning. He belongs in the Hall of Fame. I don't know what your vote is protecting. He didn't get in the first ballot. It's a nonsense position to hold right now that he does not get in the Hall of Fame. I get the first ballot thing. I get it. Second ballot doesn't make any sense. But that is where we are. Eli Manning, not a Hall of Famer quite yet. Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll be back.
And the best sports talk in the state.
It's the best thing.
Say that again.
We the best on 3. 1, 2, 3. We the best.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back, Sports Talk Mississippi. Borkey and Hadad with you, leading off with Eli Manning getting snubbed from the Hall of Fame for the second vote on him.
Snub.
Somebody asked, who were the first ballot quarterbacks? I'm glad you asked. They are Dan Fouts, Joe Montana, Jim Kelly, John Elway, Dan Marino, Steve Young, Troy Aikman, Warren Moon, Brett Favre, and Peyton Manning. Those are your first ballot Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Kurt Warner got it on the third.
I can't argue too much on any of those guys for the first ballot. A lot of Super Bowls, a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns.
It's not about those guys don't deserve to get in.
Right.
It's they got in and Eli did not. That's more of the issue.
Yeah.
You don't want to bring others down. You want to bring one up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, somebody pointed out to me, somebody texted me during the break, Belichick getting snubbed is also a problem. It makes no sense. I mean, a bunch of NFL players and coaches coming out today saying, what are we doing, guys? Let's not be stupid here. We're being stupid.
Skip Bayless said he didn't deserve to be in. That's how I know I'm on the right side of history.
But Belichick did have two scandals.
He did.
Related to cheating the game. It'd be different if Eli had something like that on his resume.
He did go to Ole Miss.
Which, terrible. How dare he? But he doesn't have that. What's the worst thing that Eli Manning did as the quarterback of the Giants? I mean, seriously.
I don't recall him ever having a single public issue.
It's not like there's a character issue.
Yeah. Like
Belichick holding him back from some voters. They're still wrong to hold him back for that. But, if you have a stance, you have a stance. There's none of that here. None of it.
Yeah.
So, it just unfortunate that it's gone down this way. And, I mean, people are calling for reform in voting, not necessarily because of Eli, more about Belichick, but I kind of agree. 50 people, probably not enough, especially when it's former sports writers and stuff like that. If you're going to give that to those people, then do it. But also, call me crazy. And I know sports fans are crazy sometimes.
You're crazy.
And so maybe they protect the vote for a specific reason.
Oh, yeah. You don't want people. No. You would have issues. 100%.
I don't hate the idea of making the vote public.
I'm just telling you that you will have issues.
Or at least make the count public. You don't necessarily...
The count might be a better way to go. Yeah,
like Belichick got 37 of the 40 needed or whatever.
Right.
But aren't the baseball writers' votes public?
I don't think they're public. I think a lot of them make their votes
They just
public.
do it? Yeah. Like the Heisman Trophy voters.
Yeah, a lot of them do it, and they're just, jerks about it. Like, oh, I didn't vote for Tony Gwynn. Like, that makes you cool.
Marty says Eli only won playoff games during his Super Bowl runs.
It's true.
But he won two Super Bowls.
There is something to that. Like,
take away the two great things that he did, and he's not as good. Okay.
Well, let me put it to you like this. Okay, I'm a big Giants fan, right? For baseball, Giants won 3 World Series, right? In the 2010 decades, they did not win a single playoff series ever outside of those 3. So is Madison Bumgarner going to be a Hall of Famer? Probably not, but he was dominant in 2 of their World Series runs. So
baseball player and a football quarterback.
If you're asking me to nitpick
things.
His resume, if you really want me to dive in and nitpick, that is something I would point to. Like, he only had 2 seasons where he won playoff games.
Yeah, aside from having these 2 awesome runs where you led a team to a Super Bowl win, where the MVP you weren't as good. Okay,
I get it. I'm just saying there wasn't the consistency.
If Eli gets in, somebody says, then Super Bowl wins have too much influence on getting in. I'm here to tell you, Super Bowl wins have
way too much. Yeah, they have a ton of influence.
They have the only influence.
Yeah. I would say the only, because Marino's in, Kelly's in, Dan Fouts is in, but
in the sports discourse, did he win a Super Bowl?
It's huge. It's a big part of it. Yeah, no doubt.
We're having a different conversation about Breeze if they don't win the Super Bowl.
And
probably not fair.
Well, we're also having a different conversation if he wins a second Super Bowl. If they call that pass interference and the Saints go on, the Saints were beating the Patriots.
Yes, they were.
I'll just go ahead and tell everybody that.
I'll
go to my grave on that one. And you're talking about you're putting Breeze in the absolute top tier of quarterbacks at that point.
You're putting him in the discussion. I still would think it's Brady, but he is in the greatest quarterback of all time discussion.
Right, because he takes one off of Brady.
Takes one off of Brady, and also the circumstances around the Super Bowl wins and the franchise that he took over, and the numbers that he put up are more impressive.
Exactly. But it is what it is.
It is
what
it is.
But quarterbacks are judged more by Super Bowls than any other position on the field, as they probably should be.
Because if Josh Allen never gets one,
he's going to be like Marino. And he'll get in because his numbers are crazy, but
he'll get looked at differently.
People look at Marino and Kelly. I'm trying to think who for a long time it was
Phillip
Peyton
Rivers.
Manning. Rivers. For a long time it was Peyton Manning until he finally got one. That's just how Warren Moon is another one. That to me the quarterbacks, when you tier them, like Marino could never be in the elite tier of quarterbacks because he never won the big one. You have to have at least one.
It's an interesting point here in the text line. I've always thought it was dumb that you get to be voted on multiple times. Either you are a Hall of Famer or you aren't. One ballot and show the percentage of votes for everybody. That will take out some of the grandstanding by the voters. I like that idea. My concern with that idea would be voters would still grandstand and a player that deserves to get in won't get in because they only have one shot at it.
Yeah.
That would be my only concern is Hall of Fame worthy players would not get in because, the one guy that holds out. As Hadad said, the Baseball Hall of Fame voting is the worst because they wear it as a badge of honor to not let players in the first time. Like they're protecting something. It's a very bizarre phenomenon. Let's see. What about when you look at Belichick's record without Tom Brady and directly after they moved on from Tom Brady as well? Same team, and they sucked. Look at his time with the Cleveland Browns and any other place. He's been a head coach. Look at his record with and without Brady. Brady is the Hall of Famer, not Belichick. But he was the head coach for 6 Super Bowl wins.
Yeah, as simple as that.
And listen to Brady talk about Belichick.
Yeah.
He did an interview. Was it today or was it last night?
It was. I saw it. Where he called it a sham, as he should.
Yeah. I mean, Brady, and they had a weird breakup, too. And Brady's like, what are we doing? This is, and somebody, I think it was Andy Staples, brought up, do you wonder if year one at North Carolina also contributed to, because they were pathetic. North Carolina was pathetic on the field this year. Do you think that's part of it?
Well, I mean, you go a step further. Is the Jordan Hudson stuff part of it? Like, do the voters think we don't want her making a mockery of our Hall of Fame? It's very possible. We're talking about,
she would.
I mean, we're talking about these voters. These are old school football guys, And they're like, this is a 70-year-old man with a 20-year-old girlfriend? That's embarrassing. I mean, don't think for a second. It's not.
That video of her explaining Adobe Photoshop to the creative team.
Oh, it's incredible.
It's like these people, Jordan.
The guy, there's one guy in there. If you watch that video close enough, you see his soul leave his body, and he's just like, "I have got to update my resume as soon as I get out of here."
Somebody says, I thought I could make the argument that Eli's jersey sales of all time for the NFL, but I was wrong. He's not even in the top 20. Jersey sales are an interesting.
I would imagine he's not. No.
Yeah,
which is interesting. For two reasons. New York, you would think would be big sales, and the Manning name would be big sales. But think about I get that he's not. Yeah.
Yeah. How often is there turnover in Hall of Fame votes? Also put Dale Murphy in. That's from Ben. So we don't know because
Dale Murphy should be a Hall of Famer. Yeah. I'll go to my grave on that one. That's a hill I'm willing to die on.
We don't know that answer because we don't know the voters. We do know that there are some voters that have had votes since 1990.
Yeah.
I mean, decades holding the title of Hall of Fame voter. And, I mean, on one hand, I don't hate that concept because who would know more about pro football than somebody that's been covering it for 40 years? You know what I mean? I don't hate that idea, but sometimes people that have been doing it for too long kind of lose grip.
Mm-hmm. You just become too old school, You become the old man yelling at the cloud.
Shaq Bully says Drew Brees barely scratches the top 10. Are you insane?
I'll fight you wherever you are right now. You give me your address. I'll come fight you.
The most accurate passer in the history of the sport of football barely scratches the top 10? And that's not an opinion, by the way.
That was rage. He just rage baited
us
right there.
So successfully.
Yeah, he did it.
I'm going to block your number, Shaq Bully. You're officially blocked.
I'm gonna sign you up for some cat facts or something, man. How dare you? How dare you, sir?
I'm not going to block your number. We appreciate
it. I am going
to
sign you up for cat facts.
We'll be back.
From the Seabrook.
Now we have a special surprise for everyone. Give it to me.
More Sports Talk Mississippi right now on Super Talk Mississippi.
Sports Talk Mississippi back with you here on a Wednesday afternoon. Michael Borkey, Brian Hadad. We're so glad to be with you. Sports Talk Mississippi brought to you in part by AgriGold. AgriGold believes progress in the field starts with seed and the people who plant it. That's why AgriGold focuses 100% on seed, delivering trusted genetics and solutions to help you get more out of every acre. Contact Kerry Baker at 662-836-7417. He is your local AgriGold representative to learn more. Or you can visit agrigold.com to explore seed solutions and agronomy resources. Plant your legacy today with AgriGold.
This just dropped from Ole Miss. They say Rebel Alert is what they call the mass, alert things that they send to professors and employees and students. Yeah. They say the Oxford campus will
How'd you get one then?
Twitter.
Okay.
It's on Twitter.
All right.
I didn't get one of those.
I was like... What are you? Adjunct Professor Michael Borkey.
I mean, honestly.
You're adjunct, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's right. And, hey, Ole Miss, when you guys get past this, if you need some help in the journalism school, I got you, all right? I can teach a seminar or a class or something. They got Michael Katz teaching a class up there, which is a smart move because Michael Katz is great and does an exceptional job. And Mississippi's lucky to have the Southern California guy reporting on sports. But This from...
He's all right.
Oh, he's great.
He's a Dodger fan, so
I know. I
can't ever. All right, get to the alert. Get to the alert.
The alert is the Oxford campus will be closed through Sunday, February 8th. That is next Sunday they will close campus. And the message says that includes the cancellation of all classes, events, and activities.
Okay.
They will evaluate conditions, notify the campus, all that stuff. They have done so far a really good job of keeping the students there fed. The dorms have power back so that the kids don't have to leave, I assume, if they don't want to, because they've got what they need there. The off-campus students, I assume, are the town's getting power back slowly, but there are some that still don't have it. A lot of them have left. Anyway, they are telling students, do not return. Just don't come back because there's too much going on.
Sounds funny when you say it.
It really does.
Don't come back to Ole Miss.
There's just too much going on. They're trying to restore water and power. They're trying to get water back to the hospital, stuff like that. There's just a lot going on and a lot of repairing and clearing and stuff that needs to happen, and it's going to take a long time. And they've got another freeze. Luckily, no more precipitation, but if you look at the forecast, they've got another freeze upcoming this weekend. Yeah.
So what does that mean for Ole Miss Vanderbilt? Did they give an official announcement yet?
No official announcement yet.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you about this. That's a little annoying, right? You make all these statements about we're canceling this, that, and the other, but the one thing that people truly, need to know about, because there's somebody at another university that's affected by this. We don't have a decision on that yet. Come on.
Here is, this is cynical, but here's the response.
Okay.
The television network and the league office is involved in that decision.
They are, but you've had...
I think if it were up to Ole Miss, everybody would know by now.
Yeah.
And a decision would have been made, and it definitely... you can't play basketball on Saturday in the pavilion. You can't do it. If you're shutting campus down, and it's still, at the present, hard to get in and out of town for some people, has the... I know this is secondary, but has the team been able to practice? Have they been able to prepare for the game?
I doubt it.
It would be surprising if they were. But that would be my assumption, is that the university, if it were up to them, everybody would know what they were doing by now. But unfortunately, TV networks jump, and you have to say how high if you want that $60 million check or whatever. It needs to happen soon, though. But it doesn't make sense to me that they would consider playing that game when the campus is closed for another week after that. Mm-hmm. To put on those games, you need to bring in employees to work security and concessions.
And you mentioned this yesterday. These are people. A lot of these are your first responders around town. Police and things like that. They need to be doing other stuff. Your emergency personnel need to be doing other stuff.
Yeah, you need police.
Not this.
There. You need medical people there because it's a sporting event. You have to have that. And so I don't know how you play that game there on Saturday. Either you move it all together like weeks down the road, but this is Ole Miss's off week. So there's no off week down the road that you can move it to.
That's kind of a fortuitous thing for Ole Miss that they had no midweek game this week.
Yeah.
It's only one. It's now next week. What is the schedule for next week for Ole Miss?
I don't know off the top of my head. I'll tell you right now. Give me just a second. But the next question would be, can you play it at all? I assume you can get the team safely out of town. I think you can, especially by Saturday. But you got to get Vanderbilt wherever as well. They've got to get here. Now, I guess you can get out of Nashville now. They played a game last night, so you would assume that
they played a game last night. All right.
Vanderbilt played a game. Kentucky did not play a game last night.
Did you see this highlight? Highlight is stretching it, by the way. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Where they inbounded the ball, the guy just
to themselves, and the guy just no, I'm inbounding it. He's like, the ref just looks at him and goes, "You idiot! That's a turnover."
So next week they have 2 road games next week. So it's in Knoxville and in Austin. So they will be. And I assume what you do is you get the team out of town. You just stay out of town. You say, "Hey guys, pack up for a week." And from their perspective, we will be gone the whole time, so we'll just live out of a hotel or something like that.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, yeah, Saturday's game is scheduled for 7:30.
No way.
There's no way. If you've got campus closed.
I don't even, and I agree with you what you were saying. Like, they probably haven't practiced. Like, I don't even know that you can play this game. Like, you got to find a spot. You may just have to cancel it and just say, hey, look, you guys are going to have,
The women are playing in Birmingham against Vanderbilt.
Yeah, they moved that.
So part of me wonders if you just do the women and the men. Because it's the same schools. Both schools. It's Vanderbilt, both teams. If you do that, it's not ideal. And the venue might not even be able to do it. Maybe.
That's the thing about this. There's no going to be an ideal solution.
But
you're in a state of, it's not an emergency, but you're in a state where you just got to take whatever you can get. If you want to play this game, you're going to have to play it however it gets played. And
because people bring up Tupelo, but and obviously Tupelo's in better shape than Oxford right now. Mm-hmm. But would you be taking away emergency personnel that would otherwise be working on more important things if you do it in Tupelo?
Yeah.
Birmingham, I assume, wouldn't be the case. Jackson
Birmingham
wouldn't be the case.
Should be okay, yeah. I've said it again. You could play it in Starkville on Saturday.
That would be...
You know what if I would do, too? If I'm state, I would just be like, hey, let's set rivalry aside.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And no, that's I would make the statement in such a way that we're like, we may be rivals, but in this time we're going to offer up the Humphrey Coliseum to Ole Miss. Yeah. If they want to play here, our personnel will be happy to man the stadium. We'll give you everything you need, and you can play the game in an SEC quality venue.
That's equipped for television already.
Everything's ready. All you got to do is get here. We'll take care of everything else. Like, I would be... Zach Zillman should do that. The olive branch there. Mm-hmm.
And you've seen a lot of that, too. I know, like, obviously everything's bigger than sports, but sometimes we put sports on a pedestal where they don't belong.
Yeah.
That rivalry crap does not exist, at least in the spaces that I live in, man. It's been awesome to see people coming together and supporting everybody.
The way this state is right now, they should offer the helping hand. That would not be the worst idea.
Yeah. Andy says play in Tupelo. That could be an option. I'd imagine that they're exploring a lot of them, but yeah, if you're closing campus until next Sunday, you can't play Saturday there. And it's such I say a big game. Ole Miss is 11-9, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how big the game can be, but if they win it, you're still like, the games matter a little. There's still
a whiff of
friskiness
there. Yeah.
But if they lose, it's over, right? You're not overcoming, unless you win the SEC tournament, the start that they have had with another home. Like, you're not overcoming that. So right. This game is vital from a keeping the season realistically alive perspective. And there's a chance that you're playing it in a venue out of town in front of hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And had this not happened, I don't know if it would have been like a super raucous, packed environment, but it would have been like a home court advantage. Saturday night, students are back.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been something, but now, who knows? Tim says Ole Miss should play at ICC in Fulton. The problem is, would they be equipped to run an SEC network broadcast?
If you're going to play this game in Mississippi, playing it in Starkville makes the absolute most sense. Because you have a facility that can handle everything that needs to be handled.
Yeah, SEC venues are you plug in and you're good to go in terms of broadcasting.
Exactly.
You just plug in, you're good. It's very impressive, frankly, what they've done from a television streaming perspective at this point to have the venues equipped the way that they do. Ben says Vandy at Ole Miss in Starkville, hosted by the Honorable Brian Hadad.
Why not?
You can do the honorary tip-off.
Yeah, why not?
Thank you to Brian Hadad for the idea for today's game.
Yay!
Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll be back.
Listen and Sports Talk Mississippi is back.
This is it.
Super Talk Mississippi.
From Chase Parham. We talked about Trinidad Chambliss' preliminary injunction yesterday, but they are also appealing through the NCAA. He says, quote, an NCAA appeals verdict on Trinidad's eligibility case isn't expected before next week at the earliest. The appeals committee met twice on it last week. It's almost like they want to go to court.
The NCAA might really feel good about their case. And whether we agree with that or not, we aren't privy to everything that they know. And it's possible they just feel good about it.
They're not going to win the injunction.
I don't think they are either, but it's very possible that they feel good about what they've got.
Or it's just an organization that takes too long for everything.
Then they got money to burn. So I don't know the answer to that.
In golf news, local golf news, the PGA Tour U is what they call it. They're ranking. The top 5 players get PGA Tour cards after the year. And in the top 25, there are 4 players playing for Mississippi schools in the spring top 25. Number 10, Cam Tankersley from Ole Miss. Number 17, Tom Fisher from Ole Miss. 22, Cohen Trolio from Ole Miss. And number 25, Garrett Endicott from Mississippi State. All made the spring top 25. That is,
and I'm going to assume that were he still in college, LaSasso would have made this easily.
He didn't have a great fall.
Okay.
Comparatively speaking. I do think he would have been in it, but he didn't have a great fall. But yeah, the top 5 get status on tour. A lot of work to do, but the fact that you've got 4 Mississippi college golfers in the top 25, considering how many college golfers there are out there. Because this is individual. This isn't teams. This isn't 2 of the top 25 teams.
We've had 4 of the top 25 in golf. We had 4 of the top 22 for the All-American team from yesterday. Mississippi, things are looking up.
Stuff is going down.
That right said, Marty mentioned it earlier on the text line. The big golf news of the day is your boy, Patrick Reed. That's your guy, right?
That's my guy. I love Patrick Reed. He's leaving LIV. In a statement today, he even made reference to he misses the grind of playing on tour, and that's a pretty damning statement on what players think about what LIV is. It's always been a joke. They just got paid so much money that some of them were willing to hop on board the circus because the Saudis were paying them an insane amount of money, but Reed's got all kinds of. Some of these guys that have played LIV have been playing in what is formerly known as the European Tour, now the DP World Tour, and he's played really well on that and been paying fines to play on that tour. And he just won this past weekend, and you can qualify for the PGA Tour if you finish in the top 10 in points on the DP World Tour, and he's going to do that. And so he can play and be reinstated on the PGA Tour come August as a result of his play and the suspensions and all that stuff. He's got it worked out. So, yeah, LIV is dead. It's just a matter of time. It's a ticking time bomb. The players don't like it, clearly.
Maybe not use that terminology with the Saudis. I don't know.
We shouldn't. But, yeah, that's not surprising. More players are going to make the same decision as him because they are not getting tested in the way that they want to. And even though Reed's major, performances have been, not bad, certainly not bad, he made reference to the grind is not the same. And I'm not as prepared. Brooks Koepka's major performances have dramatically declined. Mm-hmm. And in part because they've been playing 54-hole events on crappy courses in fields that aren't worth anything. And it's not getting you in game shape, so to speak. So it's just a matter of time. And honestly, Reed's a villain, and villains are good for sports.
Yeah.
He is hard to like. Mm-hmm. He has a cheating scandal in his college days anyway, and there's a couple of times on tour where he bent the rules. He rubs people the wrong way, and he's a great player. So you've got a villain, a guy that's not likable, that's also good, and that's a good thing for sports. If you're going to have villains, they need to play. They need to be good, right?
Yes.
And golf has been missing. Nobody
wants a villain who nobody cares about.
Yeah. So, yeah, somebody says Lasasso went to live. Right, he did. He did.
Again, you can't turn down the kind of money that those guys are throwing around sometimes.
No, because somebody says, what was Lasasso thinking jumping on a sinking ship? Guaranteed money.
Yeah, he's not. It's not sinking into. It's sinking into his bank account.
Yeah, there's a far greater chance for him to have never taken a PGA Tour start than to have been a mainstay on the tour. And so the live threw him kind of a lifeline. Now that alters his career trajectory, but he clearly made a decision that was, there's a great chance that I can't cut it. And if I can't cut it, getting guaranteed money in this sport, I get it. He was not going to get a tour card. His tour events did not go well.
Yeah.
He had a rules situation. It didn't go well. So guaranteed money greater than no status trying to grind on the mini tours is what it is. Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll be back. There's some local NFL news. We'll get to that after the news.
Giving Sports Talk Mississippi. Super Talk Mississippi.
Sports Talk Mississippi, back with you here on a Wednesday afternoon. I'm Brian Hadad. He's Michael Borkey. Always good to be with you. What's up on Sports Talk Mississippi? We've got some NFL news with a little Mississippi flavor to get over. And we've also got to talk a little transfer portal. Borkey says he's got a twist for me. I don't know.
Sort of.
A twist.
It's kind of like a putting it behind us type thing.
I don't know what's all going on. We'll find out together later on Sports Talk Mississippi. What's up on Sports Talk is brought to you by Ag Up. Start the new year with a compact tractor that's a proven performer and get a great deal. You can get it all at Ag Up Equipment. Right now, you get 0% financing, 48 months on select John Deere 1 through 4 series compact tractors. You can't beat these workhorses or the 0% financing. Stop by your local Ag Up or visit them at agup.com. Your down-home dealer. Offer ends 1/30/126. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
All right, so we talked about the big NFL story of the day as it relates to the state of Mississippi. Eli Manning getting snubbed from the Hall of Fame for the second consecutive year. Here's the other one. A bit of a surprise move by the Cleveland Browns. People weren't really expecting this nationally, but they got it. Todd Monken, who was the offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens, is now the head coach for the Cleveland Browns. That was a search that got weird. They were asking candidates to complete these tests and stuff, and what is it? Jim Schwartz thought that he was going to get the job, and now he's mad that he didn't get it, and then it's drama. It's the Cleveland Browns. It's drama. But at the end of the day, the former Southern Miss head coach is going to get another crack at being a head coach at the NFL level, and considering what his offenses are, Cleveland could have done a whole heck of a lot worse despite the chaos that they created with their coaching search and hiring Monken.
I'm interested to see what quarterback he goes with.
One that they draft?
Do they?
Or a free agent?
I don't think you can draft a quarterback. You've got free agent, if there's a decent one out there, sure. But after what happened last year, you can't draft another quarterback. You can't draft 3 quarterbacks in 2 years. You just can't.
I mean, think about that statement for a
second.
It's
a dumb statement. So, yeah, that's a guy who, but, working with quarterbacks is kind of his specialty. Runs a really good offense. So, we'll see. I just, this is the Cleveland Browns. I mean, what are we talking about here? They, if not the worst, so close to the bottom they can smell it. NFL organization. I just don't know what's going to happen here. We'll see.
Obviously, at Southern Miss in year 1 went 1-11, then 3-9, then 9-5. Golden Eagle fans have fond memories of Todd Monken, and they should. He did a great job there.
Was really good.
His resume for a 59-year-old. He's not old. He's only 59. That's not old. His resume is I don't know if funny's the right word, just the sheer number of jobs that he has had in coaching. Are you ready for this list? Here's Todd Monken's path. I would love to know if we ever get the chance to talk to him one day, which I don't know if we will or won't. I'll see if Brown's PR will respond to an email, but I doubt it.
They'll take any PR they can probably get. So,
but this is Todd Monken's resume. But I would love to ask him if he can name every stop in order. Because this list is interesting.
Mike Leach did it. He named every place he ever lived.
It was incredible.
That was so much fun. Yeah,
he nailed it.
Yeah.
Todd Monken got his start after his time at Knox College in Illinois, where he played quarterback. At Grand Valley State, he was a grad assistant. Then he was a grad assistant at Notre Dame. His last year there was the year I was born. Then he was a DB and wide receivers coach. Yes, he coached both DBs and wide receivers at Eastern Michigan. Then he became their offensive coordinator. Then he became the running backs and wide receivers coach at Louisiana Tech. Then became just the wide receivers coach at Louisiana Tech. Then he became the passing game coordinator at Oklahoma State for 3 years. Then he was the passing game coordinator at LSU from 2005 to 2006. Then he was the receivers coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Then he went back to Oklahoma State to be the offensive coordinator. And then he got hired by Southern Miss to be the head coach for 3 years. Then he was the OC for the Bucks. Then he was the OC again for the Bucks. Then he was the OC for the Cleveland Browns. Then went to Georgia for 3 years to be the offensive coordinator. Then went to Baltimore to be the offensive coordinator. And now he is the head coach for the Cleveland Browns. I would love to know if he can name all of that in order.
That's a coach's life right there, you know. That's the life of a career assistant coach, and now finally getting, that big job at the top. Had the college head coaching job, now the pro head coaching job. Congratulations to him. But man, what a challenge in front of him to rebuild a franchise synonymous with failure.
I mean, it really is, and the way it's being run right now tells you.
If I told you that you could own one team, but you can't change anything, you just get to own the team. You got to pick between the Browns or the Jets. Who are you picking? You're just the owner. You are just the owner. You're not allowed to make any decisions. The people making the decisions stay in place. It's so tough.
The Browns?
You go Browns over the Jets. I would want to coach the Jets or be the owner of the Jets just because you're in New York.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing saving that one for me.
Dun, dun, dun,
yeah, exactly. I'd rather be in New York, than Cleveland.
But Cleveland, the people that run the team got the Shedeur Sanders thing forced on them by ownership.
Well, and they got the Deshaun Watson thing forced on them by ownership probably too. So, yeah.
So at least that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I guess. This does create another Mississippi angle. He was expected to follow Harbaugh to the Giants to be Jackson Dart's offensive coordinator. And so a lot of people are like, hey, that's really good for Jackson Dart, getting Monken to be his OC. I mean, he'll do great things with Dart because he's great at what he does. Ask a Southern Miss fan. They know. But now, where do the Giants turn? Who knows? I mean, it's the NFL, probably somebody that's been a head coach previously because you can never get out of the NFL. I saw the name Charlie Weiss Jr. floated again. I know LSU fans are sick of that because he has twice denied interest in NFL jobs, but he came up as a candidate for the Eagles, and they either went a different direction or told him no.
Yeah.
And, of course, Lane had to leak to Chris Lowe that, Charlie's happy here at LSU. Working for John Harbaugh and working with Jackson Dart is a little bit different than working for the Eagles.
Story. Might be. We'll see.
That is, the Ole Miss fan listening is like,
what does he make at LSU? What's the number?
And the 3-year contract, $7.5 million. Isn't that what it is?
So 2.5 a year.
And he is guaranteed to be the highest paid coordinator. That is
Monken was getting $3 million a year with the Ravens.
And the Giants would pay more than that.
Who was the Giants' offensive? Was it Mike Kafka? Was that their offensive coordinator last year?
Under Dayball?
Yeah.
Who, by the way, is going to be the OC for the Titans.
He was getting $3 million a year. So the Giants have it to spend. They can do 3.2, make it interesting, and you get to work with Dart. And can I be honest with you? I'm sure Weiss likes Lane enough because he works with him all the time, but to get away from the craziness might not be the worst thing in the world.
I don't understand him, Hadad.
Who, Weiss?
I don't.
Yeah.
And not the Ole Miss part of it, but you were given...
Real quick, though. Robert and Brandon, Monken doesn't have that hard of a job rebuilding. He has a Pro Bowl quarterback. You got me on that one. That's funny. That's just funny.
Oh, man. But if you're Weiss, you got to show everybody what you are without Lane Kiffin breathing down your neck. He called great offense in the playoff games.
Yeah.
Great offense. So wouldn't you want to be your own OC without everybody giving Lane the credit for your work?
You would think. I just
because
think
if LSU has a great offense in 2026, guess who's going to get all of the credit for it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want to come out from under that shadow and show everybody that I don't need Lane to? But I guess if you have a qualifier in your contract that says you have to be the highest paid coordinator, you can deal with the.
Well, yeah, but I get that. But $3 million a year for an offensive coordinator is a lot of money in college. I don't know that anybody's going to pay that. I mean, I guess maybe like 4 or 5 years down the road, but you could go get that now.
Yeah, and coach in the NFL and be your own person.
And not have to recruit and not have to do the portal anymore.
Yeah.
And just, think about how, portal recruiting under Lane Kiffin has to be incredibly stressful, right? Because he's all in on it. Mm-hmm. What if you could just get away from that?
And
you got a front office that handles all I got to do is coach the team.
And if you're working for John Harbaugh, you never have to worry about your coach not showing up for team meetings. That's a thing that he won't have to deal with, where everybody's looking around wondering where the coach is. That won't happen to him in the NFL either. So just putting that out there.
I mean, these are all ideas that we like, right?
Levy would never answer that on record, but Jeff Levy knows a thing or two about that.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Sports Talk Mississippi. The Pearl River Resort Studio. We'll be back.
Listen at Sports Talk Mississippi.
Boom! Are you ready for some football?
On Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back, Sports Talk Mississippi. Borkey and Hadad with you. Somebody dropped something funny on the text line. Maybe Levy should start skipping meetings. Whatever Kiffin is doing, it's working.
I don't know where the hot yoga place here in town is, but
you should go.
No, I don't like to be hot.
I've heard good things about it.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
And for the people that actually participated and not sit in the back and throw golf balls at the people that are actually participating in it, but actually there's some health benefits to.
Well, yeah, yoga is good for you.
Actually,
you burn
doing
calories, and then you're doing it hot yoga. You're sweating them away. But no, I'm good doing what I'm doing.
Speaking of LSU coaches, Joe Brady, a former offensive coordinator at LSU, has gotten the Bills job. So the Bills fire McDermott after Josh Allen in particular in the Bills offense fails in the playoffs, turn it over too much. And so what do the Bills do? They hire the offensive coordinator who was leading the offense that turned it over too much in their loss to the Broncos in the playoffs. Interesting decision there.
A really weird decision to promote. You feel like your organization isn't at the level it needs to be at. You've got an elite quarterback. You've been on the precipice of the Super Bowl. You just can't quite get over the hump. And so you fire your head coach, and your decision is to promote his second in command. That doesn't make any sense to me on the surface. Feels like they should have looked outside and said, like, we got to change the way we're doing things here, guys. What we're doing is not working. All right, what do you want to do? Let's promote from within.
And it's not Brady's fault that Allen turned it over a bunch, but
right.
The offense was why you lost. You know what I mean? It's a very. It almost feels like, hey, Dad, they just needed to blame somebody. Like they needed somebody's head, right? It's somebody's fault. We lost, and therefore a head's got to roll, and got rid of his, and now what do we do? Like a panic move. I don't care who gets punished, but it's got to be somebody.
That's what it is, though. That's what it is. It's somebody had to. I mean, you saw what the owner said after the game's like, I wasn't planning on making a change, and then I went in the locker room. He basically made a decision. He made a decision on his franchise off of vibes. Never a great idea, in my opinion. You got to take a lot more into that. But
and Marty says Allen was on the search committee. He clearly wanted Brady, but honestly,
that's the other side of this coin, right? It's like I think Joe Brady would be a good head coach.
Probably,
he's good offensive coordinator. Like Marty can argue with me on this one, and we have argued about it. But like he and Burrow are the reasons, and that LSU won the national title. They tried to give Steve Emsinger all that credit, and I would never have any of that discussion. It's all Brady, and yeah, I think he'll be fine. But it's just an odd decision to promote from within. It's one thing if you. I can't ever think of a good time in the NFL to promote from within unless a coach is just leaving. He's retiring or something like that. If you're firing your coach, why would you keep some of his staff?
At that level,
it's
especially.
Weird.
Lucas says, as a Bills fan, I legit hate this hire. I like Joe Brady, don't get me wrong, but this is 100% a Josh Allen buddy hire. And I like Josh Allen a lot, actually. I think he says all the right things. He conducts himself the right way. He immersed himself in the city, blah, 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 blah. Right? He does all of the right things. I don't love the concept of a player having that much say, especially when, back to our conversation from earlier, a good callback is, it's never one person in a sport, but when your quarterback plays as poorly as he does, and his play was the reason that a coach got fired, I don't know if he's the guy that I want dictating who my next coach is. How about you don't turn the football over? How about you don't fumble right before half on just a stupid play on your part and gift a field goal to your opponent? How about you don't do those things, and then you can tell me who I'm hiring as my head coach. But in the meantime, I will let you know, and you will be his quarterback, but you're not going to tell me who I'm hiring. You're not going to be part of the decision. I get that, you got to be more player-friendly and stuff. And again, he's a good dude, seemingly a really good dude and all that. But if I owned a team, my players aren't telling me who I'm hiring. I'm telling you who your coach is going to be.
And that's how life has to, just take away the terms owner and players, right? And say just like business owner and employees. The employees don't get to hire the managers. The manager is hired by the owner, and he tells them, hey, you've got to work for this guy or you can find somewhere else to work. So, yeah, that is and it's a little different dynamic because you do have a franchise quarterback. You want to keep him happy. You don't want him coming out and saying, I want to trade or something like that because you never get value for him. But at the same time, you do have to run it like a business, not like a buddy operation.
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. And also, this cracks me up. I saw this earlier. This made me laugh. The Patriots' path to the Super Bowl. So obviously,
oh gosh, I saw this.
They got to play the Broncos after Bo Nix got injured, and then also, I mean, they played playoff Herbert, which is an easy path. Here's their schedule. In week 1, they played a fired coach. In week 2, they played a fired coach. In week 3, guess what? They played a fired coach. In week 4, they played a team from the NFC South, the worst division in the sport.
That's the Saints right there, week 4.
Yeah. Week 5, they played a fired coach. In week 6, NFC South team, worst division in the sport.
Yeah.
Week 7, fired coach. Week 8, fired coach. Week 9, fired coach.
Mm-hmm.
Week 10, team from the NFC South.
Mm-hmm.
Week 11, the Jets.
Yeah. Should be a fired coach.
Week 12, the Bengals.
should be a fired coach.
Week 13, fired coach. Week 15, they had a bye. In week 14. Week 15, fired coach. Week 16, fired coach.
Yeah.
Week 17, the Jets.
Yeah.
Week 18, a fired coach.
Wow. That's bad news for Mike McDonald. He's going to get fired as the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. That's too bad for him.
Man.
So somebody made a good point. I was listening to Bill Simmons' podcast, and Cousin Sal made this point. He said, the greatest team maybe of all time is that 07 Patriots team that went undefeated and lost the Super Bowl, right? So, like, maybe the greatest team of all time, the greatest team to make the Super Bowl of all time didn't win the Super Bowl. Maybe it's only fair that the worst team to make the Super Bowl of all time is going to win the Super Bowl. Because this is not a good team. Look, they've won the game. You can only play who's in front of you. You win those games. You can't take any of that away from them. But there's not a metric that says this was a Super Bowl team. Even the Patriots fans are looking at it and going, this is not what we expected. I mean, they were 3-14 last year, or 4-13, something like that.
And I like Vrabel a lot, too. Who are you rooting for? Who are you rooting for?
I'm rooting for the Seahawks because I think, as I've said before, Jackson Smith and Jigba was my fantasy MVP this year. It has been for the last 2 years. Yeah. And if I have the first pick next year, he will be on my team with third season. Can't imagine he'll drop past like the third or fourth pick.
We have a lot more Mississippi flavor on the Seahawks as well.
We do. And but we do have some on the Patriots, and we should mention that on Friday's show, we will be talking to New England Patriot offensive lineman, former Ole Miss Rebel, former St. Aloysius Flash, most importantly.
That's Brown, really where he cut his teeth, yeah.
Well, that's where champions are made. And he will join us on Friday at 3:37 Central Time. So if you want to tune in for that and hear from Ben Brown, who's getting ready to head to the Super Bowl, please do that. Looking forward to talking to the most famous left tackle in St. Al history.
That's going to be great.
Yeah.
Like, truly great.
I think so.
To have him on. So really excited about that. Somebody says there's a reason that the Navy SEALs do yoga. Yeah, Hadad. There you go.
No, yoga's a great workout. I've done it in the past. I just,
Have you seen the goat yoga?
I've seen it. I'm not doing goat yoga.
Okay, see that concept. I mean, I guess people like it. They pay for it, but why? I mean,
I don't know,
if
man.
you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's a yoga class where they have baby goats. I don't know. What do they call them? Kids? Isn't that what baby goats are?
Yeah, baby goats are kids. Yeah.
That while you're doing your yoga, they will just like hop on you, and they just exist in the room with you. Yeah. Just baby goats just walking around.
Yeah. No. Not interested.
Just kind of feels like we're getting a little too...
I'm not interested in petting zoo yoga.
Petting zoo yoga.
So.
See, real men would do yoga with
lions and tigers. Get out
like
there and dominate.
We will be right back. Sports Talk Mississippi. Don't go anywhere. And we're in the Pearl River Resort studio. Check them out, pearlriverresort.com. It's going to start warming up. You're going to want to play golf at Dancing Rabbit if you're a golfer. But if you're not, hang out at the Pearl River Resort. Play table games, eat really good, multiple dining options, both of them. In particular that I've been to are outstanding. Also the sports book at Timeout Lounge. Check them out, pearlriverresort.com. We'll be back.
From the Seabrook.
Sports Talk Mississippi, your new home for exclusive sports coverage here in the Magnolia State.
Let me put it to you this way.
Right here on Super Talk Mississippi.
When guests appear on the show, they do so on the Farm Bureau guest line. Check out favorites.com and go with the home team, Mississippi Farm Bureau. We used to do a segment on the show called Fair or Foul. I do need to bring that back because I do like the concept of it. Hey, Dad, this is a golf thing, but stick with me. Don't turn off your radio. Stick with me.
All right.
Brooks Koepka had his press conference today at Torrey Pines. This will be his first PGA Tour event since defecting from LIV and coming back to the Tour. And this was an exchange during his press conference. I think the reporter went way too far. You tell me if I am off base or if the reporter was fair or foul. Keep in mind, You'll hear the reporter first, and then you'll hear Brooks' response. Brooks' responses have a big old smile on his face. So he thought this was a joke at first. I think the reporter then doubled down and went too far. You tell me what you think. This is from Brooks Koepka's press conference yesterday, actually, is when this went down.
And then lastly, your record in the majors the last couple of years has not been all that great, and it made me wonder.
Thanks for pointing it out.
Well, it's right there in black and white, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Don't I know it?
You're the one that shoots it.
It's right there in black and white, buddy. You're the one that shoots it.
That buddy
Easy, man.
That buddy felt a little high and tight.
That felt personal, didn't it?
Yeah. Who was the journalist?
I do not know who the reporter is. I've
Brody
looked it up.
Miller.
No, that was definitely not Brody. But Brooks is smiling. He's like, "Yeah, thanks for reminding me, man." He's got a big smile, and then
the buddy just felt like like he was needling him there a little bit. I'll say fair because it did seem like that at least Brooks took it good naturedly, but that's I need to pull that on Levy. Right? You're 7 and 18. Yeah, thanks for pointing it out. It's right there in black and white, buddy.
And you pull out like a poster board of his record.
Look at this. I got a chart.
Let's go to the data.
Let's go to the
coach.
chart. Now maybe
Buddy.
tap the sign, pal. Sport.
Yeah, I think he went too
Start
far,
calling
though.
Levy
Chill,
Chief.
Man. Yeah, seriously. Hey, Chief.
Hey, Chief, you're 7 and 18. What are you doing talking to me?
Not your buddy, guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think foul. I think he went too far. Chill, man. Dial it back just a little bit, all right?
It did feel like just a little touch, on the line there, for sure.
Also saw this. Tanner Allen. You State fans, almost fans too, know who Tanner Allen is, but you State fans know and love Tanner Allen. I don't know if this is an announcement that he's joined a new team or if he's just having fun on social media, but he posted 3 pictures with the caption, "I'm so washed, I know," wearing the Loco Beach Coconuts jersey. Is that is that Banana Ball?
Yeah, he is on that team.
Okay, so he is on that team. My question is, hey, Dad, why can't we find a judge here in Mississippi to give him an extra year of eligibility and let him sit up for the Bulldogs this year?
God. Do you really want to do that? Just put the national title trophy in Starkville if Tanner Allen's back for another year.
Seriously,
my goodness, with this
who would he replace?
And Wright, probably
he could play anywhere, I guess.
Yeah, he could play anywhere in the outfield. Probably James Nunnally, maybe.
Seriously, we've got precedent. All right, he never made the bigs.
Yeah, that's true.
Never made the bigs. So
he's been gone for 3 years.
He's been gone for
4
3 years,
I guess. Yeah.
And eligibility's a myth. So just sue for that too.
I need to get a Loco Beach Coconuts T-shirt. Let me see if I can. How much are those? They have my size.
It is a nice. I mean, it's a cool logo.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, again, your friends who went by themselves, I don't know if I would do that, but to go with the family, it's a really fun experience.
Yeah.
So, I enjoyed it.
But you know what's a more fun experience? Going to Omaha.
Well, yeah.
So find a judge somewhere. I mean, you could just have a case right after Trinidad's on February 12th. Same judge in the same county seat in Pittsboro, Mississippi, and just also on the same filing that you got in Alabama.
Yeah.
Just do that for Tanner Allen. Hey, guys, he never played in the majors. He's playing for the Loco Beach Coconuts.
I don't think that Brian, I'm not trying to, let me preface. I'm making this comment about Nate Oates and not Pete Golding. Let me make this. I don't think Brian O'Connor's a scumbag. So, probably just going to work with the guys who still have eligibility and not try to bring back a guy 4 years after he left campus.
Hey, but do you want to win?
You know what?
Tanner Allen will lead to wins on the diamond.
I'll take my chances with the group of guys they got.
So you're saying that you don't want to get Jay Perry to write?
I think that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then, there's another baseball program out there somewhere that will take him.
I'm sure, but,
just, swing and a miss, pun intended, Mississippi State.
Tanner Allen played 4 years, so he has no eligibility. He only played 3 years. The 2020 season was canceled. They would have given him that year back.
Tap, tap, tap.
2018,
on my
2019, 2020, the season gets canceled. 2021's his last year at State. He wasn't there in 2022.
Isn't that what Pert Hapley called it, his judge hammer?
I don't even know who that is.
Tap, tap, tap. Pert Hapley from Parks and Rec.
Oh.
You heard with Perd?
Yes.
He does a judge show, and he goes, tap, tap, tap. I just realized I'm not holding my judge hammer, I think is what he calls it. But, yeah, case closed. 2020 got canceled. He's got an extra year of eligibility.
Everything's lining up here. Everything makes sense. I would tell you we absolutely have a case. I mean, at that point, we can go get Rowdy Jordan and put the whole band back together.
I will be the attorney.
Bednar hasn't made the pros yet,
buddy.
Yeah, the one I would want if you said I could only pick one, go get me Landon Sims.
Yeah,
because if I got Landon Sims and I've got the Landon Sims, I got the Landon Sims that I saw in 2021. Okay,
wait,
good luck.
Do you happen to know where he is now?
He's in the minors somewhere. Let's see.
Man, baseball, Major League Baseball, is so tough to crack. It's unbelievable.
It is. Landon Sims is currently in the minors with the Diamondbacks organization, playing for the Amarillo. That cannot be their real name.
Oh, no.
The Amarillo Sod Poodles. Is that really their name?
That's their name. Their nickname is the Sod Poodles, nickname the Soddies, and it looks like that's a prairie dog.
Thank you. What is a Sod Poodle? It's an old-fashioned nickname for a prairie dog. A Sod Poodle. I need one of those shirts, too. I need a bunch of shirts, apparently. I need the coconuts. I need the Sod Poodles. Where's Rowdy Jordan? Has his team got a funny name? I don't know.
Dated a girl from Amarillo once, visited her family. This is back in college, and Amarillo is an impossibly flat place.
Amarillo by morning.
I mean, impossibly flat.
He's also in the Texas League. He plays for the Corpus Christi Hooks.
Relatively normal name.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Honestly, though?
Yeah.
The Sod Poodles logo is awesome.
Oh, it's great.
It's great. Can LSU get Paul Skeens back then? No, he made the majors.
Yeah, he's in the majors right now.
Yeah, that precedent hasn't been set yet.
There you go.
But we've got something. And Tanner Allen, give me a call. I got you. All right.
Somebody says Tanner would look good in Oxford and powder blue. Let me assure you of one thing. You got a better chance of me in powder blue than Tanner Allen.
Hey, Dad, let me tell you something about people in life.
Yeah.
If the money is right, he will sure love to play in powder blue.
There are certain lines that no money can make you cross.
I promise you.
I'm pretty sure he would not.
I promise you, when I go to the Calhoun County Courthouse as Michael Borkey Esquire, and I get him another year of eligibility, if the price is right, he'll suit up for Ole Miss.
We'll see. I don't think it's going to happen. Just call me crazy.
Just use the buyout money that Ole Miss got from Princeville and Devin Harper and put that into an outfielder, and bang.
Bam. There you go.
There you go. Because I don't think that money comes until the summer, so that can be like your...
A little extra bonus there.
Yeah. He is wearing powder blue in these pictures. It's not powder blue. It's more like a teal.
That's teal, yeah.
But that's closer to powder blue than maroon?
Well, I mean, he can't help it what the team he plays for does. That's not powder blue at all. That is very much more green than blue.
Bill says, call Bianco now. I mean, get him on the phone. I mean, there are so many players that you can bring back.
I can't see from this one picture. Yeah, I guess he is still wearing those super high leg pants too. Remember, he used to wear they were basically shorts with the leggings pulled all the way up, and he looks like he's still doing that. So that's good. Did you say that's good? Well, I mean, he's keeping his style. That's his brand. I don't necessarily agree with it, but
hey, to each their own, right?
That's the Tanner Allen look.
Be yourself always. Be nobody else but yourself.
To thine own self be true.
Yeah.
So I gotta get one of those T-shirts. I wouldn't wear a jersey, but I'll wear a Coconuts T-shirt.
Speaking of that Alabama basketball player, he got an extra 10 days, but the judge was essentially forced to recuse himself.
He recused himself, so I'm still mad they pulled him off the All-Star voting. I wanted that to happen.
I mean, a six-figure donor to Alabama whose wife is representing an Alabama basketball player in a separate case is probably not somebody that should be ruling on it, but you kind of know how these things go sometimes.
You never know.
But anyway, Sports Talk Mississippi. Having fun on a Wednesday. Hope you guys are as well. Why not? Text us on the C Spire text line, 601-879-4395.
Listen.
It's a place for crazy people.
If it's sports in Mississippi, you'll hear about it here. Sports Talk Mississippi on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Somebody's in that Thunder and Lightning playlist again.
It's a good song.
It is.
What is coming up on Thunder and Lightning tonight? Hey, Dad? See, I didn't forget.
Well, I sort of set you up right there. You got to.
It doesn't matter.
You were going to forget.
No. He
forgot one time, and has been so nervous about forgetting again.
Never will again.
Because you don't want to get that text from me at 6:02 that just says scalawag or whatever it was.
No, I don't want that.
Yeah. My conversation with Mississippi State pitching coach Justin Parker will be on tonight's Thunder and Lightning. We'll talk a little transfer portal stuff. Plus, MSU is playing basketball while the show is on. Tip-off is at 6 o'clock down in Baton Rouge. In a game that, if State loses this game, I don't know what game they're going to win the rest of the way. Whereas for LSU, they lose this game, I think they'll have a new coach by the end of the week.
They very well could, yeah.
They very well could. So, a lot on the line down in Baton Rouge. I'll keep you up to date.
Looking forward to that. At least I think so, anyway.
Well, if you're not, I don't care.
Yeah, well.
It is what it is.
Man, these court cases and all that stuff, it's interesting in a way. It's exhausting in another way. And, now that you're dealing with the Dabo situation, too, part of me wonders if this is not the offseason where the conferences get together and say, guys, all right, we've spent years begging Congress for help. Mm-hmm. They're not going to. Mm-hmm. We even asked Craig Sankey at Media Days, why do you think Congress is going to help? And he gave this runaround answer where it's like you didn't answer it because your answer is really...
Yeah.
It's nonsense. Maybe finally they will look at this. And Mensa, by the way, committed to and signed with Miami today. How did that happen? I can't believe that happened. Maybe they finally look at this and say, enough is enough. Let's actually just do the things that we need to do to get this back in order.
You have to almost look at it from terms of, hey, if you don't want to follow the rules that we're going to set forth, that's fine. You don't have to play college football. You can try to find your way to the NFL another way. Whatever it takes for you, buddy.
And that's your stance in collective bargaining right there. What power do the schools have? You provide the platform.
Yeah, if you want to play, if you want to be able to go to the NFL, you have to play college football because the NFL is not putting together a minor league for you.
Nope,
they're not going to do that. So if you want to, play college, high school, play past high school, you got to do it with us, and these are our rules, and you can either live them or you can just not play football anymore.
Yeah. And we'll discuss these things with you. We'll
update your LinkedIn, buddy. You got work to do.
You can have a seat at the table, but
it's not going to be just like they're going to completely come down on the players, right? The players can still get money. They can still have freedom of transfer, but there's got to be some regarding eligibility and buyouts and things like that. They have to exist.
They do. So I hope that is the case. You'll have spring meetings in Destin coming up, all kinds of stuff like that. And this is I think, a very important offseason for college football in particular to figure some stuff out. Because, look, I'm a ratings guy. I know ratings are up. The product on the field, if you just watch the actual games, is really good still. That hasn't changed. Mm-hmm. I do wonder if you are getting close to all right, people are fed up to the point where they are just going to check out. I do wonder if we are fastly approaching.
I don't think that we're getting there. I don't. Just because you look at the ratings and everything, but I financially, you might get to a point where it's like, hey, I'm willing to watch, but I'm not willing to participate in the purchase of players.
Can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I've run out.
That's really what it is. It's the money.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, I mean, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. Frankly, Greg Sankey's appearance at SEC Media Days is an important one because, as we've talked about, the league has taken steps backwards under his leadership. Is it his fault? That's up for debate. I'm sure other people would argue that it's not. I think that the league office has made a lot of critical mistakes lately, frankly, with scheduling and other things like that. Some things are out of their control, like the transfer portal being what it is. That has leveled the playing field, and that's not their fault. But there's a lot of questions that he has got to answer. And unfortunately, I don't think you're going to get any good ones.
This is an interesting offseason for Greg Sankey.
Yeah.
Like, this is the first time that people are really looking around and saying, the SEC is not what it used to be. The Big Ten has become the most powerful conference in terms of the on-the-field play. And, people are looking at you and saying, what are you going to do about it? And, not to say that he's had an easy job for the last decade, but the SEC kind of made it easy for him. The teams made it easy for him, and now he's got to find solutions.
We will talk some college football after the news. The portal's done, so what now? We will talk about that a little bit when we come back. Sports Talk Mississippi. SuperTalk News coming your way, and then we will get into your college football fix after that. Stick around.
You're listening to Sports Talk Mississippi. To the junction, in the groove, and to the top. Sports Talk Mississippi on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Let's do it. Michael Borkey, Brian Hadad, Hour 3 already on this Wednesday. You know what it is. It's time for the college football fix.
The college football fix is driven by your Mississippi Ford dealers. Built, Ford, tough. That's the best-selling truck in America, the Ford F-150. For 50 years, that's where it's been. Number one. It's a long time to be number one, and they're not slowing down anytime soon. Visit your Mississippi Ford dealers today. Thank you for your attention to this match.
So the portal has turned, and while there might be a straggler or two coming into the class.
State's got a visitor today.
Yeah, see, there's what position?
O-line.
Where's he from?
Navy.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Why
starter on Navy's team?
I started a few games. Why is this so interesting?
Well, because a transfer from a service academy is not completely unheard of. It is not common.
It's not common, but yeah.
But if you get into the Naval Academy, you can count on them being a pretty good dude. Probably very hardworking and intelligent and things like that. So interesting. Okay, I don't know how I missed that. I don't miss things. I don't know how I missed that.
You missed it.
I did. But so that could be, what we're talking, a straggler or two in the class. But the classes are, for all intents and purposes, complete, with the exception of maybe one popping up down the road. So now what? what is next? If you're a Mississippi State and Ole Miss fan, what are the next things that you need to be paying attention to? What are you looking forward to? What is next? Now that the portal is done, even though it's not done, for Mississippi State, what do fans need to be paying attention to?
Well, I mean, spring practice is the next thing on the list, because what else is there between now and then? When we get to spring, I'll be interested to hear, go back a year ago. The first post-practice availability we had with Jeff Lebby, spring of 25. Immediately, he starts in on, we got to get better in the offensive line. We got to get better on the offensive line. We got to improve that room. Now, you had another portal window there, and that's when you went out and you brought 3 or 4 guys in. We'll just be honest. Javen James was a contributor. Blake Steen was going to be before he got hurt. The other guys that you brought in, Jaquan Bolden, didn't do anything. Flapjack Owens, he started, so we'll say that he contributed, but he's already gone as well. So, Steen's the only guy left in that group. There is no spring portal window this year, or post-spring portal window this year, I should say. So I'm interested to hear what he says right out of the gate about his offensive line. Did he improve that group? Because if he feels confident in that group, and I'll give him this, that same availability, someone asked him about the receivers, the question was, hey, not a lot of production here, a lot of potential. He was locked in with, we're going to be fine there. We're going to be great. And Evans and Thompson were both really, really good for Mississippi State this year. So if he has that same confidence, great. That would be a good thing for Mississippi State. But if he's talking about we got to get better there, that is a sign for me that it's going to be a long season in Starkville.
For Ole Miss, obviously, the next thing is Trinidad's. Well, the NCAA could still grant him that waiver. They're still working on that process. But the injunction on the 12th of February, that's the next thing to pay the closest attention to. But spring practice is really why I brought this up. Hey, Dad, I know we've kind of talked about this before, but I really want to almost plead the case for spring practice and kind of get our audience's feelings of spring practice, because you said it. That's the next thing for college football programs that are not trying to get their quarterback eligibility through a court or an appeal. So Ole Miss is a bit unique in the what you're watching for situation.
Yeah.
There is no more spring portal window. And the excuse that we got was you don't want to have spring practice to showcase players that other schools could take from you. You didn't want there to be the appearance of a depth chart because a guy that's third on the depth chart is just going to hit the portal because he's being told that he'll start somewhere else. Well, that excuse has been taken away from you. Mm-hmm. That is no longer the case. They can't get in the portal again. So, does spring practice come back? And do you, the fan, actually care one way or another if it comes back? Do you want it? Do you want spring practice? Do you want a spring game back to normal? No Joey Chestnut eating hot dogs, and like a real spring practice and a real spring game. Mm-hmm. My answer is yes, for a handful of reasons. Take the content business part of it aside, because obviously it would provide more content for us, and that's a good thing. As we mention all the time, as a general principle, I think you, the fan, especially those of you that donate to the foundation or the collective, are paying for the players. Ole Miss got 28 new players. Mississippi State, what's their portal class number?
I think it's 26.
26 new players that you paid for. That is what you, the fan, that either buy season tickets, donate to the school, or donate to the collective, you paid for those new players. You should get the chance to go see them practice right away. You should be afforded that opportunity for paying for their arrival to your institution. And also, I think that it's what's best for college football. Even if it doesn't happen in the spring, I know they're talking about changing the calendars. But I think spring practice needs to come back because I think that fans, not only the ones that pay for the roster, but just in general, it's always better for you to give the people something that they can connect with their team with. Have an open scrimmage on a Saturday. Have open practices where they can go to their favorite message board and see video of practice.
I haven't asked about this yet either. I need to do that. I just need to ask.
I need to as well.
Like, what are the plans for that? So
they might be trying to work through it because it's new.
I mean, but it seems like a good. I mean, well, Ole Miss right now has got enough on their plate that we don't. I want to see Kyle Campbell's response to you. That's all I'm saying. If you texted him right now, be like, "Hey, I just was wondering what's going on with spring practice." Like, Borkey,
the players can't even come to the facility right now. Okay?
We don't even have any food. We're freezing to death over here. We're starving. That's what that would be.
Yeah. He just wouldn't respond.
Yeah,
he would take the high road and just not respond at all. But yeah, I need to reach out too. But there are not enough ways anymore to connect with your teams the way you were able to before. And you think about the fans that can't afford to donate to the collective and buy season tickets, but they can sure go to the spring game. And those kind of things, I think, are necessary for a healthy relationship between fan and program. Because, especially if you start losing, like think about the Mississippi State fan right now. I'm not picking, but they've just done the more losing here in the state of Mississippi right now.
Right.
Ole Miss fans don't really need to know who their players are because if they're winning, nobody cares. I'm happy the team won. But if you're a State fan, it is so much easier to disengage when you don't even know who they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's healthier. And some people in our business disagree with me. I think that spring practice needs to be open for people and spring games need to come back. It was part of the routine as a college football fan in the past.
Yeah.
That going away is not good. It's healthier for your program to allow people to come back. But hey, text us on the C Spire text line, 601-879-4395. Do you care about spring football? Because if not, so be it. I think you guys deserve to have it come back, and I hope it does.
I'm hopeful that it does as well. And just in our business, if I want to be selfish for a minute, remember we had Cole Kublik on last year, and he's like, "Man, I'm behind on my evaluations because I don't have any film. I didn't get to watch any spring games." If you go out and for Mississippi State, you go out in a spring game, even if it's against your own defense. If Kamario Taylor is running around out there and he's throwing the ball down the field and making crazy plays, people are going to get excited about that. So, you got State, especially like Ole Miss shouldn't have any problem selling tickets this year, right? Like,
they'll sell out season tickets again.
Exactly. State has more of a chore on that. You got to build excitement any way you can. And if that it means, hey, we're going to put on a full spring game and we're going to let, you take your precautions. You put Kamario in the red jersey. You don't let anybody hit him. But let him go out there, throw the ball down the field, make some big plays, get some juice going, get some highlight reel stuff going.
And all it takes is like 2 throws.
Yeah.
Where he kind of like rolls out of the pocket and he's on the run and he just slings 150 yards down the field on the money.
Mm-hmm.
Just that little taste of something.
Yeah.
What that does, that dopamine hit for people. Anyway, text us, 601-879-4395. Do you want spring football back? Do you want it back? Let us know, because I am curious at your response to this. It's essentially been gone. You've been completely blocked out of it, and spring games have gone away for a lot of people. Does that matter to you? Let us know, and we'll talk about it when we come back. That's your college football fix, driven by Ford and your local Mississippi Ford dealer. Stick around.
Listen. Sports Talk Mississippi. Sports. On your radio and in the game. Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back, Borkey and Hadad, Sports Talk Mississippi. So we're talking about the next thing for football here in the state of Mississippi, and that's spring practice. Do you miss it? Do you want it back? Do you want open practices in a spring game? Some of your responses on the text line. Spring practice gives the new guys reps to start learning the system. Certainly helps.
And we're saying this, there's going to be spring practice.
Yes.
We're talking about availability to it for the common man.
And a game.
And a game, right.
Somebody says Ole Miss fans that, quote, paid for players got the greatest season in Ole Miss history for their money. Yes, exactly. That's the point, is you guys are happy with it. But when you don't win 11 games in the regular season, the lack of connection to the team does, I think, make it easier to disconnect from said team. I'll give you an example. It's from the NBA level, but still. The team's not good at all, but I still watch all the Pelicans games because it's my team and that's what I do. Jordan Poole is a new player on the team, and he's been a disaster. Not only does he play poorly and do dumb things on the floor, but he's pouting also. It's awful. I mean, it's horrible, and he's a $40 million player or whatever his salary is. They're going to trade him, and they should. I hate watching him play, and when he's on the court and they lose as a result of his play, it angers me so much more than when it's Trey Murphy, who's been there since they drafted him. I like Trey Murphy. I've listened to interviews of his. I know he works hard. He's been a Pelican for a while. So if Trey Murphy goes 1 for 10 from 3, it doesn't anger me because I've had a quote-unquote connection with him for years, and he doesn't pout. Jordan Poole, 1 year, he stinks out loud. I trade him tomorrow. Get him off of my team. I hate watching him play basketball. I can't stand it. Losing with a player I don't know and don't have a connection with is worse than a guy that's been around that I know is a good dude and they're not winning.
Right.
I would much rather lose with Trey Murphy than lose with Jordan Poole. And some people I would much rather not lose at all. Well, that might not be your choice.
Sometimes it's not an option, especially in the NBA.
Yeah, so providing the opportunities to connect with your players does help.
Yeah, I get that.
Caleb says, I wish we could do spring football like baseball does fall ball.
Well, then you have the other side of that. Marty says, should we get rid of spring practices and games and just do summer OTAs like the NFL? It would solve a lot of the NCAA's calendar problems. Then you would ask the question, would you be willing? Do you do a preseason game at that point? Is that your FCS game? Maybe I don't know the answer to that. But they're going to want to get on the field with a crowd at least once, you would think.
Yeah.
So
preseason game with your FCS team is interesting.
It is, but then now we're taking you got to find another regular season game.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Somebody says, I think state should let season ticket holders be able to attend spring practice as an incentive and get a facility tour. You could also do this as an NIL incentive like meet and greets, seeing full practice, not just team stuff, facility tour, etc. There's ways to make money and have fan interaction. Billy says, yes, bring back the spring game. Somebody says, players would probably opt out of fear of injury and lost earning potential. They're getting their money regardless. Like, they're going to have to practice. Yeah. Players aren't going to opt out of practice. Then they're going to
absolutely going to practice. Yeah, that's not an issue.
And if they don't, if they opt out of practice, they're going to lose their spot. I mean, there's still accountability on these teams once the teams get formed.
Yeah, exactly. It's still a football team at that point.
Yeah,
it's not just
Old folks might, like me, love the way it was. Yes, I love Super Bulldog Weekend in the spring game. We used to have former player breakfast on Super Bulldog Weekend, and even that's a dud now.
Super Bulldog Weekend with a real live spring game would be really interesting this year. I think I talked about it last week because it's also Starkville Derby weekend. That's 3. I mean, you're talking about you got Mississippi State LSU baseball and a spring game. That's a stacked Saturday. Like, I don't know.
Maybe move the spring game. Or don't have it that weekend. Just have spring football weekend, another home baseball weekend where you double up.
That's not a terrible idea. I don't know. I'd have to look at the schedule to see when that could work.
Because you don't want to make your people have to choose, right?
So that's April 24th through the 26th is currently Super Bulldog weekend. The next weekend they're in Austin. The weekend, so in May they host Auburn, May 7th, 8th, 9th. I don't know if maybe that's too close to.
What about sooner?
Before that, you could go Super Bulldog weekend, or you could do the spring game, April 10th, 11th, 12th. That's Tennessee weekend.
Oh, perfect.
Or do you want to do it? Do you want to do it? Do you want to pull? The whole thing where you let's do it on a weekend where they're on the road, so we have give people a reason to come back because the week before that they're at South Carolina.
Yeah, there you go. Makes sense.
That's an idea. I just don't know if they would do that, though.
Somebody says, state fan and donor spring practice. I want it back without acting like we're keeping the nuclear codes from Russia. Mississippi State, more than any team, needs to give people a reason to buy the tickets, not to mention more reps for Kamario Taylor to showcase his talent and give the offensive line reps to gel. Spring game mad, rather have the media have full access to practices and scrimmages. Did I lose you?
No, I'm thinking out loud. I'm trying to think about, somebody made a good point. They're like, obviously it sounds a little selfish, but like fans want to hear about their team, right? Mm-hmm. So when practices are open and scrimmages are open, I and you have a better idea of what's going on out there. And State has been over the past few years, like really, baseball especially was this way. It seems different now, although there are no practices open right now for baseball. But like State has always been like he made the comment about keeping the nuclear secrets. It feels that way sometimes with State and stuff like this. So yeah, people want to. It would be good for Mississippi State fans, for people like me and people in our industry, to be able to go like, hey, I was at practice and, man, Kamario Taylor looks really good. I don't know exactly what I'm seeing out there, but I see a guy who's pinpoint passing, who seems to have command of the offense. His team is rallying around him. That would be good news for Mississippi State to get that information out.
Yeah. Somebody says, no, too much money involved, can't risk bad injury like the NFL Pro Bowl. They do practice, though. They have to practice.
It's just the scrimmage is just a practice. They're going to scrimmage one way or the other.
Somebody says, I wouldn't do spring practices. If we're at a point where we're taking enrolled students from other schools, then why add a target? Kids theoretically can be taken in July before the season now. They either allow kids like Farrelly to be taken year-round in class, or they don't. If they do, spring practices won't be happening again. That is a bit of a unique case. Clemson didn't have him signed to a rev share deal, and the portal hadn't closed yet. And maybe it gets legally challenged at some point, but the portal rules in the CSC says you cannot transfer when the portal is closed.
Right, but as we've brought up a few times with what Coach Huff talked about, there's nothing stopping a player from just dropping out of school and enrolling at another school. Yeah.
But if you have a rev share deal, you have to get bought out of it.
There would be something to that, yeah.
Heck yeah, bring back the spring game, make Super Bulldog weekend great again.
There you go.
And like Hadad hinted to, it helps y'all, along with other sports reporters and journalists, inform us to know who in the world is on our team before the season starts.
Yeah.
Past years have been really hard to connect with the team in the late summer. And especially the portal guys.
Yeah.
When do you get to hear from them?
Oh, it'll be – I mean, they do some player availabilities, but I bet, it'll be a lot of Kamario Taylor, Fluff Bothwell, Cannon Boone, Isaac Smith, those guys that we've talked to before. I don't know when we'll talk to some of the new guys.
Yeah, and, I mean, I'll give you an example. Darryl Gill did an interview with, I believe, Chase Parham, and he's like some aerospace engineering, like that's the degree he got from Syracuse, something like that.
Wow.
Wouldn't you love to hear more from that guy?
Yeah.
Things like that. Somebody says, no, we did not say that.
What did we say?
Thought when I said Joey Chestnut, I was talking about Joey Freshwater. No,
I
meant Joey Chestnut, the hot dog eating
guy.
champion that did a performance at a spring game. Asking Hadad how he felt about the spring game on a road baseball weekend with how hard it is to get a good spot in the new dude. You basically have to choose which one you want to go to now.
Yeah, I mean, unless they schedule it. But even then, like he's saying, for the general admission seating, if you go to the spring game, if you're not in Dudy Noble Field the Saturday of the LSU game, a good 90 minutes maybe, like when the gates open, you better be in there if you want to sit down. Otherwise, you're standing up the whole game.
601-879-4395. Good stuff there. Good stuff. And during that, we got a message that I've gotten a lot, and so we will give. I know we're gaining stations back, and people are clearing from the winter storm, so they may have missed our thoughts on this. But we will talk about, because we keep getting asked about it, what's going to happen with this Dabo Clemson thing. So we'll kind of give summarized thoughts on that when we come back. Sports Talk Mississippi, Pearl River Resort Studio. Don't go anywhere.
From the Seabrook.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Sports Talk Mississippi.
You know I love sports.
On Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back, Sports Talk Mississippi. Borkey and Hadad with you. Really glad that you guys are with us. Don't forget, you'll get more Hadad here in about 30 minutes from right now with Thunder and Lightning Live. Also, subscribe wherever you get your podcast to Thunder and Lightning. And if you want more Ole Miss content, Rebel Report, wherever you get your podcast.
And if you want more Golden Eagle content, we have the Eagle Hour available every day.
Ooh, I saw some burners upset with the Eagle Hour today. I wonder if it's just because they were telling the truth.
Southern Miss burners?
Yeah, the Southern Miss burners were upset with the Eagle Hour.
What'd they do?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Dima's really good, so I don't know if
let's dive in. You keep talking, and I'll give it a look.
The right thing, because Dima's the man, and he's doing good work. So, but John and McComb, simple question: do y'all think Ole Miss gets in trouble for this Clemson stuff? I've been asked that 50 times over the last couple of days, and obviously you guys on the text line and in chats on live streams and stuff has just been constant. People wondering what can actually happen here. The short answer, John, is simply, if I'm being honest with you, I don't know. I don't know if Ole Miss will get in trouble for this. I would lean generally in the direction of probably not because of precedent. The NCAA in football has not punished tampering, and there's been blatant and obvious tampering across college football for quite some time, and they haven't punished it. Now, no coach has gone as public as Dabo, but they have received and seen obvious tampering across college football, and they haven't done anything about it. So that probably tells you what the end result is here, but this is different. I have a few questions. Number one is, what does Clemson actually have versus what they think that they have?
Thought you were going to go with, how dare you?
I mean, you can know or think that Pete Golding was texting your player. Do you have the phone records to prove it?
Yeah.
Because if that answer is no, the NCAA cannot get them. And if Dabo in his press conference is to believe, maybe there's new information, but he said that the agent presented them with, hey, if you want it, I'll give it to you if you give my client another year and $1 million, and they said no.
That has to at least, in your mind, prove the existence of it, right?
But does Clemson have it is the question.
Yeah, Clemson probably doesn't have it, but it obviously does exist.
Well, and if they don't have it, they won't get it at this point.
Correct.
So do they have it? And what do they have then? Because they've apparently submitted things to the NCAA. If it's just a timeline, though, like, hey, this happened and this happened and this happened without proof, there's nothing that you can really do about it. So what do they actually have? We don't know that answer yet.
Okay.
At least I don't think. I mean, Clemson didn't lay out tangible evidence. They laid out, if you go get his phone, all you got to do is go get his phone, and that'll tell you. Well, I don't know if that's possible, but maybe they have something in paper. We just don't know that answer.
Mm-hmm.
We also know that was only one side being presented. And if you guys know how, even though this isn't a lawsuit, how things like this go, one side presents their side in a very favorable way, and then the other side, in a legal case, presents their side, and then they go to court and they fight over it. This is not a legal thing, it's an NCAA thing, but Ole Miss has not responded to any of it yet. Could be for multiple reasons. Could be because their town of which they coach and live and their players live in has been turned upside down by a catastrophic winter storm, and they're not really focused on what Dabo says right now because they got to make sure their players get access to food and water and heat. But also, maybe there's a PR strategy, and if I don't respond, it'll go away because the news cycle works like that, and everybody will forget. Because that is how this goes rather quickly. Things disappear, man, so fast.
I will say that I've been seeing, it's been a week since this all came out. I have been seeing, like, Andy Staples did a podcast about it. Bruce Feldman, they did a podcast about it. David Ubben, I believe, did a podcast about it.
Staples and Ari did a really good job of laying it out and talking about
expect.
it. Yeah.
So,
but maybe that's part of it, too. Maybe they're crafting their response. Maybe a good lawyer would tell somebody, hey, if you're going to be involved in a legal situation, the last thing you're going to do is talk about it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's part of it too.
No comment is everybody's friend.
Yeah. But you've only heard one side presented favorably to their side.
Right.
That's all you've heard right now.
Yeah.
And maybe everything Dabo said was, boom, exact truth, no spin whatsoever. But you have only heard one side of this. So I don't know. I mean, the NCAA has confirmed that they're going to look into it.
Mm-hmm.
How far does that go? I don't know. Clemson people have reported that Greg Sankey is furious right now, and he's going to work with Clemson. And let me roll my eyes as hard as I possibly can. Greg Sankey's not going to work with Clemson on this. Probably. I mean, come on, guys.
Seems unlikely.
Let's be serious here.
Sankey really hates Ole Miss. I mean, he's like, what can I do to help?
So I don't know where this goes.
I'm going to go back to what I said at the beginning of the week with this, and that's I can't get over that Golding texted this player directly, and I mean that's just really dumb. There's no other way to get around that. You got a staff full of people. Get one of them to text him and find out. Like, hey, you could even say, hey, Coach Golding wanted me to ask you. You know, because at that point it's be like, hey, I didn't tell him to say that. You got enough plausible deniability. The fact that Golding allegedly, if they're able to prove in any way that Golding did in fact text this guy, I think he's going to get a suspension. Just maybe one game, probably the Charlotte game. Don't worry about it. Not a big deal. But you cannot have the head coach.
If you can prove it,
If you can prove it, you can't have that. That's going to be a bridge too far. They will do something if. That's the big if. If they can prove it. If they can prove it, though, Golding, there's going to be some repercussions to that. Mm-hmm. There's no getting around that.
Somebody says, didn't Austin Thomas sort of admit it? I thought he said something to the effect of Golding does his own thing. But remember, that is a conversation being relayed by Dabo that he didn't have. That is a conversation that Dabo's GM had with a different GM that is relayed to him that he's relaying to people. You guys know how stuff like that works.
Yeah.
Unless you have it recorded, can you be certain of exactly what was said? I mean, this is how you defend it anyway, right? This is how you defend it.
All right.
What was the tone? Did he laugh when he said it? Was it serious?
I would get Dabo on the stand and be like, I would call it like find a bad play call. When you were calling it, what was your state of mind? Because your fans would say you're an idiot. And then just go from there. Well, how do I know you're telling the truth now?
Yeah, I mean, how do you
ran the ball on 3rd and 17.
How do you know that was relayed correctly?
Yeah, exactly.
I think Austin Thomas has been in this game for way too long to throw his brand new head coach, because he just started working for him, under the bus. Because if you're a GM and you want to keep being a GM, throwing your head coach under the bus to a program that wants to get that head coach in trouble
what if he
is
was
not
the
what
real
you would
poison pill? What if Kiffin left him behind to set all this up?
There you go.
I mean, we need to go deeper, Michael Borkey. We got to investigate further. That would be absolutely hilarious if, like, just rips off the Ole Miss polo and there's an LSU T-shirt underneath.
Yeah. See, there you go. Relying on conjecture, somebody says, is a bold strategy. That's, in part, that very well could be why they're playing this out so publicly.
Mm-hmm.
Is, hey, if we don't have enough, we're going to make sure that everybody knows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Win in PR because you don't think you can actually win on merit?
Yeah. That's not the worst strategy in the world.
It works.
Especially when we're talking about the NCAA. You made the comment a minute ago about, like, they can't get this, they can't get that. Because it's not a court of law. The NCAA can do what they want in some instances.
In some instances, yeah.
So,
somebody says in the next segment, Borkey can go through his text with his Clemson buddies. Oh, you don't want to do that. You do not want to do
Y'all
that.
Suck.
Yeah, it is funny how emotional that is about a player that never took a snap for them. Guy never played for him.
He
also entered the portal and signed with Clemson 5 days later.
It's also about, though, like, if you don't draw a line here, What's to stop a guy from doing this the day before the season starts? That's the slippery slope we end up on.
Yeah. Like, what's to stop a coach from FaceTiming a player sitting on top of a car that he's going to give him when he transfers to his school?
Exactly.
That's the thing that happens.
You can't have those things. Wait, you can't have that thing, though, because Kiffin did it. Yeah, that's. It's one of those things. This is. I'll sum it up.
It's not what you know; it's what you can prove.
It's what you can prove in court. Yes, but if Clemson is able to provide proof, Ole Miss is more Golding than Ole Miss is going to be in some trouble. There's no question about that. But the burden of proof is on Clemson, and that's going to be very, very difficult for them if the agent is not cooperating with him. And why would he? Because his client now plays for Ole Miss.
Yeah. So, and you don't want to be the agent that threw your clients under the bus either. So a very complicated situation. It all comes down to what Clemson tangibly has. And to this point, we don't know what that is. It could be something. Mm-hmm. We just don't know quite yet. So you got to wait and see on this. And it might be a while before you actually have any kind of resolution. And again, Ole Miss, they've been dealing with other stuff, has not spoken about it yet. So we'll see if they respond and what that response says.
Yeah.
Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll wrap the show up with you next.
Listen and
let's go, let's go, let's go.
This is your new home for exclusive sports coverage here in the Magnolia State. Sports Talk Mississippi on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Sports Talk Mississippi. I'm always a fan of the last few minutes of the show being a little off the cuff here. Michael, have you seen this new viral recipe for Pop-Tarts? We got people pan frying them in butter.
Sure, why not?
They put a couple tablespoons of butter in the pan, let it melt down, and then you put the Pop-Tart in there and get it golden brown and go from there. And then, Michael, I saw just a moment ago during the break, I was just, tooling around on Instagram or whatever while the break was going on. Somebody did it with bacon grease. They fried up some bacon and then threw the Pop-Tarts in there. We're going too far with the Pop-Tarts, all right? I like the idea. I appreciate the concept. But, a 2-pack of Pop-Tarts is 400 calories. We don't need to add another 400 on there with the cooking apparatus. Just toast them, guys. It'll be okay.
Man, I ate an entire bag working earlier of those. Get them at Costco.
Mm-hmm.
Not to brag, I'm an executive member now, 2% back on all purchases. Whew.
I got somebody getting me, they're going to Costco, I think, this weekend, and they got some new chocolate cake at Costco. I'm getting that, and I'm getting the blueberry cheesecake croissants that everybody's talking about. Ooh. I'm excited about that.
They have these, they're like chips, but they're just baked cheese, basically.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they cut them in shape of mini pizzas and dusted them with like pizza seasoning. And I ate the entire bag of them.
What do they think of next?
Like the carb count is so much lower than a bag
you run
of
6 miles this morning?
No, I did do a 10-minute long no break HIIT workout though, so I guess that cancels it out.
What is HIIT?
High intensity interval training.
10 minutes? Is it tough to do 10 minutes?
This one was tough, yeah, because it was nonstop. It's going from
burpees
to squat jumps to stuff like that.
So you're doing CrossFit?
Without bars or any equipment, really.
That's
it's
interesting,
all body weight
because
stuff.
you were doing CrossFit, but you didn't tell me about it.
I just did, so I guess
I guess you did. You did just tell me about it. Now let's find out you're a vegan, and we'll go from there.
Ooh, they also have these. Oh, hey, Dad, since you are of the dieting variety now, but you, like every red-blooded American, love chips. They have these, and the buffalo flavor are the best, but they have like sriracha and stuff like that too periodically.
Yeah.
They are chips, but it's ground chicken. So it's ground chicken that they flatten super thin,
okay,
and then bake air fry them.
Yeah.
So they feel
it's almost like a jerky almost.
Pretty much, but they feel and act and react like potato chips, but it's just chicken. And the buffalo flavor one is unbelievable. And they're still not perfect for you, but they're so much better than eating a bag of chips. They're amazing. You got to look into them. They're kind of expensive, though. That's the only downside is because they're...
yeah, because it's meat.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like $8 for a bag like this.
We need to... I'll come down to Jackson one day and we'll do a Costco run.
Yes, we will.
That's some good content of me just like, look at all these delicious snacks.
Oh, man. And then the food court, $1.50, foot-long hot dog and a drink.
Yeah. Well, I don't go the glizzy route, but I'll have a slice of pizza. How about that?
A pizza, or they have sandwiches now.
They have the chicken melt. I mean, everybody tells me the chicken melt is good. I need to try that.
It's so good. It's just like a big, well-made hot pocket with chicken, bacon, and ranch inside.
Yeah, why would I not like that?
It's amazing.
And they got cookies too, right?
Oh, they got cookies.
See, what am I doing? I'm going to pick a random Saturday and just come down and we'll go to Costco.
That actually would be fun. Also, their clothes. Outstanding.
This guy tried to outthink me, Borky. He's talking about Pop-Tarts. He says mini Pop-Tarts are a sleeper. And so he thinks he's telling me something. I hit him back with they're great on ice cream. And that blew his mind. Like, yeah, sprinkle your mini Pop-Tarts on the ice cream and go from there.
Have I told you my peanut butter ice cream?
Nobody's going to out-fat me on this show, dadgummit. All right? You're not out-fatting me. I mean, I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was.
Somebody says chicken bacon and chocolate chip cookie at Costco is a top-tier meal. They also make these things that attach to your cart. They're like just this little plastic thing.
Yeah.
And it is big enough to hold the hot dog and your drink as you're shopping. It attaches to your shopping cart.
Is it clean?
No, you buy them and you bring it with you.
Oh, okay. I don't know about that.
And you attach it to your cart.
I got you. I'm just going to eat, and then I'll eat, then shop. How about that? I don't know if I want to shop while eat. Shopping while eating sounds like a terrible idea. You're just going to be like, oh, that looks so good. You gotta separate the mind and body there.
There's a grocery store in my hometown. I forget what it's called. No free plugs anyway, in case it's a national chain. But the first thing you see when you walk in is a beer bar. And the carts have cup holders where you buy a beer, and that's what you do when you shop. It's literally the first thing in the morning. They have coffee. In the afternoon, they have beer.
That's a terrible idea to shop while drinking. Terrible.
That's what they got. I feel like that's probably an indictment on all of us that have gone to the place.
It is. My barber has beer in the fridge. You can get a free beer with your haircut if you want one. So it's what America is these days.
Thunder and lightning coming your way after the news. That's it for me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. More Hadad when we come back. That's it for Sports Talk Mississippi. So glad that you guys make our show a part of your day. Stick around for more Hadad.
SuperTalk Mississippi Media Production.